Hello, it's Carol. Welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering why I'm holding up my Tandem pump, it is because I am trying to rebuild my backup stock of Omnipods. Basically, I like to keep a couple spare box of Omnipods on hand because as much as I love that system, their customer service people need a little bit of work. They tend to be very aggressive in how they question you when a pod fails. At least that's been my experience. And being someone who has some mental illness issues, I do have depression. I have to be in the right headspace to deal with aggressive questioning. So it's like, if I have a pod failure, I don't necessarily want to call in. Also, they usually wait till the following month to send their replacements for some reason. So until they get a system where you can request replacements online, like Dexcom does, I really don't like calling them any more than I absolutely have to. Now, I used to have about 3 boxes of spare Omnipods on hand at any time. And the reason for that was with the insurance issues I had last year, first of all, when you start on Omnipod, they send you a box or so of pods in the intro kit. And it just happened that my insurance, rather than measuring the date that I could reorder from the date that they sent the box of 30 pods, 3 months supply, they measured my reorder date from when I received the intro kit, which was before I had training. So anyway, long story short, I didn't have to call Omnipod all that much. Now I did initially until I finally just got to where I was like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with calling them and asking them for replacements. Unfortunately, this past year, because my company the company that I worked for switched insurance companies. Sorry, just flipped that up in my face. I had to go through the whole rigmarole of getting prior authorizations. It kept getting denied, and I started the process of trying to get things switched over and ordered in January, and it was March before I got my new pods. And by that time, I only had about 1 box of spare pods, with 1 or 2 of those pods having failed initially when I finally got my updated order. So it's like, basically I'm down to where I only have 3 spare pods. And again, it's not that I refuse to call Omnipod for pod replacements. It's just, like I said, I have to be in the right headspace to do that. Omnipod, I love your product. You really got to work on that customer service line and also getting enough people to staff it, because frankly, having to wait a couple hours and then wait days for a callback is kind of annoying. But anyway, yeah, all that being said, I've decided to kind of re-up my stock of spare Omnipods for if I have failures and I don't feel like calling in, by using up some of the Tandem supplies that I have. So over the course of the next 3 months, because I don't have to go back to my endocrinologist until September, it's March currently. Well, actually, no, I take that back. April 1st, April Fool's Day. The last appointment I had was in mid-March, though, and I was like, well, he only takes the Dexcom readings from the prior month and only downloads data from my Omnipod controller for the past month, so I can, for 3 months, go ahead and use my Tandem pump off and on to kind of re-up that supply. So again, I have spare pods on hand. I don't actually have too many pod failures, so with any luck, I won't have to call Omnipod for replacements, until later in the year when hopefully things calm down. And again, I feel more emotionally able to deal with hard questioning, like, well, where were you wearing the pod? What were you doing? Did you bump the pod? What did you do to cause the pod to fall off? Oh, you were wearing such and such. Well, we're not going to replace it. You know, it's like, just that line of questioning, like you just committed a major crime. Anyway, yeah. Oh, so like one time, this one time, it still annoys me. And they promised in December they were going to call to replace this one. I still have this pod, by the way, Omnipod. I'm going to tag you in my Twitter account again, just FYI. I had to get a mammogram, and even though mammograms don't interact with Omnipods, because the mammogram tech caught a glimpse of the Omnipod, she made me take it off. And this was one that I had already replaced and had to call in earlier in the day. So I called right after I got done with the mammogram. This was late December, and said, hey, FYI, I had to take a mammogram off, or I had to take my Omnipod off for a mammogram because of XYZ. Can I get a replacement? Oh, well, that wasn't our fault that you had to take it off. So no, we're not going to replace it. And it's like, I know, but it's also not technically my fault. I tried to explain to the mammography tech that it's not going to interfere with anything. I don't have to take it off. But she would not do the mammogram until I removed it. So, you know, if you could not be such a jerk about it, that would be great. And they ended up just hanging up on me. And I told Omnipod about that, and they promised to have someone call me back and replace it. So anyway, still have not done that. So that was the other reason I'm like, I really don't want to deal with their customer service right now. I'm taking a break from dealing with them. But yeah, I do like the Omnipod system, though. It does a really good job. I just wish they had better customer service people. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, if you see me around town or, you know, out and about and I'm wearing my Tandem, that's why. I want to rebuild my stock of Omnipods, so I have spares on hand that I can use to replace failures if necessary. Okay, bunch of rambling. I have to go take my dog on a walk because she's starting to chew stuff. So, talk to you guys later. Bye.